This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Stanley Fullard. Coming up in this week's broadcast, BA graduates show their resilience and 150 Pathfinders participate in Virtually. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. This week, the 2021 graduates of Bahamas Academy showed off their resilience as they walked into a new chapter of their lives. The 43 graduates were among students from throughout the world that endured the unusual challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and emerged victorious. The guest speaker from the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Assistant Superintendent Kemuel Knowles, spoke of his time as a student of Bahamas Academy and charged the graduates with these words.
Your time is limited. So do not waste it living someone else's life. Do not be trapped by dogma, which is to live with the results of other people's thinking. Do not let the noise of others' opinion drown out your inner voice. If you aspire to stand out, to be viewed as unique, special, and remarkable, then you must strive every day to be a better you today than you were yesterday. You must be your own competition. There is a proverb that dates back to the mid-1500s, and it says, practice makes perfect. But if you ask Mr. Nelson Bain, your former music teacher, he has a twist to it. He would say, practice doesn't make perfect, but instead practice makes permanent. Meaning, whatever we continue to practice, we become good at. So, class of 2021, I admonish you, practice excellence. Practice excellence so that it becomes a part of your daily lives and not just a mere act. By continuing to practice excellence, you will most certainly defy the odds and make a change.
The students received their diplomas in a drive-through ceremony where family and friends cheered from the sidelines. Destiny Monroe was named valedictorian of the class, and the salutatorian is Kelly Johnson. Both ladies celebrated along with their classmates as they would now begin a new uncatered path to excellence. We say congratulations to the class of 2021. The second annual Pathfinder Virtually was held last week by the Youth Ministries of the South Bahamas Conference under the theme, Agents in Action. The Pathfinders traveled virtually to Egypt to learn lessons from the life of Joseph. The camporee speaker was Pastor Waylon Johnson, who challenged the Pathfinders to live above their circumstances and never stop dreaming and believing in God.
We have to develop an identity of our own. Joseph had an identity. Joseph was the beloved son of his father. He had an identity of his own, and I like to think of identity as being like a toothbrush. It is personal. It is something that is uniquely yours. You can only use your own toothbrush. It is personal. You have to have your own identity. You can't be like your brother. You can't be like your sister. You can't be like your favorite basketball player. Everyone wants to be like Steph Curry or like James Harden. You can't be like your favorite singer. You can't be like your favorite rap artist. You can only be you, the person whom God has meant for you to be.
Pastor Johnson told the Pathfinders that when they realize their identity, they will become agents of action for Christ. Over 150 Pathfinders participated in crafts, honors, mission reports, and language clinics throughout the Virtually. At the end of the event, the Grantstown Church retained the most points for the second consecutive year as the Camporee Pathfinder Club of Honor champions. Congratulations are extended to all of the club directors, Pathfinders, and parents for an exciting year, even in the midst of the pandemic. We'll be back with the upcoming events in our conference.
Putting God first can be difficult. What can we learn from Solomon, who refused to put God first? Everything started well for Solomon. The weight of the crown led him to ask for wisdom, the one thing he needed most. His request was fulfilled, and God also blessed Solomon's reign with wealth, health, and prosperity. In time, however, Solomon's wisdom turned into rationalization. He used his intelligence to rationalize why he broke many of God's established laws. Solomon used forced labor to build the house of the Lord, as that must have seemed more efficient. Solomon married princesses from many other nations so that he could forge peace treaties with his enemies. Solomon built altars to his wives' gods as a way of welcoming them into his kingdom. Solomon built his palace to be 3 times larger than the temple to accommodate his large household. God has given the laws that lead to long-term prosperity and peace, but Solomon used his intellect to bend them according to his pleasure. Solomon did not put God first, and Israel was divided into 2 kingdoms within months of his death. Today, highly intelligent people are still rationalizing the breaking of God's law and other of God's requirements, like tithing, for instance. Putting God first means taking His word seriously in all aspects and following it. The simplicity of a child following a loving parent's instructions is perhaps the best antidote to our own demise. God stands ready to open the doors to health, wealth, and prosperity to many of us, according to His plans for our lives. Sometimes God keeps a door shut because our faith and future would be compromised if we were to walk through it. God's faithfulness evokes our response as stewards. If we are faithful with the small things, God will put us in charge of greater things. Solomon refused to put God first. The consequences were terrible for him and the people around him. God's love compels us to put His kingdom first, while Solomon's example is a warning for us today. As we return our tithe and promise, we are challenged to put God first.
Welcome back to your Adventist News. Here's what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference. July is Youth Month in our conference, and there are a number of activities to get involved in. Volleyball games are being held on Saturday nights at the Hillview 70 Adventist Church at 8:15 p.m. Basketball games will commence on July 10th at 8:15 p.m. So if the youth of your church are not signed up as yet to participate, please inquire about these activities with your youth leader. Also on July 10th, the monthly Park and Praise will be held in the afternoon at 6 o'clock on the Bahamas Academy softball field on Marshall Road. It will be a time of song and spoken word. And the 3rd Annual Youth Retreat Congress, Ignite 2021, for senior youth of 18 to 35 years old is fast approaching under the theme, Situationships, the 5S Formula. On Friday, July 30th at 8 p.m., the event will be virtual only, and on Sabbath, July 31st, from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., a hybrid service will be held both online and in person for paid delegates only at the New Providence Community Center. Your delegates should already be registered. For more upcoming events and information on the events mentioned, please visit our conference website at southbahamasconference.org, where you can view our news update along with other programming from our cable channel ATV 658, read the weekly logos, and the Adventist page publication from the Nassau Guardian.
Dengue fever is a mosquito-borne disease. Mosquitoes usually spread the disease in tropical and subtropical areas such as the Bahamas. Dengue fever is spread when the Aedes mosquito is infected with the virus. When that mosquito bites a person, the virus is then transferred to that individual's blood. It can only be spread by the bite of a female mosquito, and it cannot be spread directly from one person to another. After 4 days from being infected, the symptoms begin and can last up to 10 days. These symptoms can include fatigue, nausea, severe joint pain, sudden high fever, severe headaches, and pain behind the eyes. If you are experiencing like symptoms, make sure to drink lots of water and see your doctor. To lessen your chances of being bitten when indoors, if available, use air conditioning. Mosquitoes hate the cold weather. Also, try applying mosquito repellent, wearing long sleeves and long pants, and use mosquito nets while sleeping. Make sure that all screens are secure and free from holes. Mosquitoes lay eggs in stagnant still waters, so to prevent them from bleeding outdoors, make certain that all containers such as buckets and tubs are not capturing water. Keep in mind that items such as tires and blocked gutters can likewise collect water. By using certain plants like peppermint and garlic in your yard, you can help to repel mosquitoes.
We go now to our news feature from around the world with the Adventist News Network.
On June 11, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Ghana joined the national government's Green Ghana Project, Tree Planting Drive. The initiative aims to plant 5 million trees in a single day. Local Adventist leaders project that their members, institutions, administrative offices, schools, and hospitals will plant 1 million out of 5 million trees. President of the Adventist Church in southern Ghana, Thomas Teki Okran, joined members of the Diplomatic Corps and other dignitaries to plant a tree on behalf of the Adventist Church. His tree, marked F6, stands in the yard of the Ghana Seismology Department in the capital city of Ghana. Okran stated that the church is proud to associate itself with the Green Ghana Project because we are called to care for the earth. Earlier in the week, the two union presidents in Ghana appealed to church members through messages on Hope TV Ghana to join the campaign by planting and caring for the saplings. The church is running a hashtag SDA Green GH, and has encouraged members and institutions to share pictures on social media with that tag.
That brings us to the end of our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Please feel free to share what is happening at your church by sending us your news stories and upcoming events by email to spcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist news along with other programming, or to keep in touch with what's happening in our conference, you can visit our conference website at southbahamasconference.org. Like, follow, and subscribe to our Facebook and Instagram pages, as well as our YouTube channel. And on behalf of the production team of Adventist Television Channel 658, thank you for watching our news broadcast. I'm Stanley Fullord for the SPC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.